spice.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, cause think about it. If you guys are both vibing and everything is going the way you guys need to get, to be situated and understanding, when it comes down to your intimate time, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna, explore, have a good time, and make it memorable and laugh. You want something to giggle about later on. During the aftermath. But if you're not, let's just get it over with, and then I'm gonna do my thing, and you go do your thing.
Okay, so I disagree.
Of course.
Of course.
And I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Because there is no way that, for example, Krishan Rock, right? This man treats her horribly, right? So we see. And yet she still finds her way. Anytime he say he ready to smash or he want to smash, she had a baby by him and everything else. So no way. I can't just get with that though, because as a man, I'm horny whether you mad at me or not. If I want it, I want it. I could be mad later. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of that era, the whole money makes me come era. Where everybody was saying that shit, like they don't get wet unless a motherfucker got money and all that shit. I don't know. I just find it odd that how horny you get for me is how I treat you.
Yeah, first of all, the fact that you use Krishan as your example just absolutely obliterates any kind of credibility you have to think as an individual.
It was the cover art.
And to even post. You shouldn't even be a podcaster with this type of, this is ridiculous. Okay, so she's not sane. I assume that when you were asking that question, you were talking about sane individuals who are emotionally stable and mentally stable. So if we're going to jump off the deep end of, ridiculousness, I guess anything goes.
I don't know what just happened. But no, man.
That was Krishanda. She did that.
Yeah. Krishan Rock booted her off the
men
internet.
will do that. Even we can do angry sex. Angry sex is good. When
you can do for sure.
But that's not the same thing as being unhappy. And it's not the same thing about my sex drive, though. You might come to me because I'm your woman, but that don't mean that I actually wanted you. I'm just doing something out of obligation at this point. But if I'm genuinely unhappy with you, you're going to feel the difference. You're going to be like, dang, 2 strokes in. Why she not? Where my ocean at? Somewhere with the nigga I like.
So you cannot be in the mood if you're not being treated properly. That's what you're saying. You're gonna do it, but it's not gonna be like you really, really in love and you really into it and you into it. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Now, has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Of course. How else could I speak about it if it didn't happen to me?
Absolutely.
I mean, more times than I can even think to. I used to be married, for 11 years. So absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that absolutely happens.
Yeah, I'm like that too, because I've been in situations where I've gotten a here, man, damn pussy. Like,
yeah, take that. Go about your day. Have a nice
day. Yeah. Hell yeah. But if y'all that unhappy, why stick together though?
That part.
Because
I was going to say you won't find me there for long if it doesn't change.
It won't be for long because if you're at that level, if y'all can't sit down and have a conversation and break bread on some what the fuck's going on situation, something's bugging you, something's bugging me, let's break it out. Because if the relationship's worth it, then you'll take the time to fix it. And then if it doesn't, and then if you try everything and it don't work, then okay, it is what it is. At least you tried. But if you didn't give a shit from the beginning, then it is what it is.
So, okay. What happens when a guy or a woman, they do just enough to get the sex? They treat you just well enough to get the sex, and that's like the only connection that y'all have is sex. Like,
Is
how
it
do
a
you
relationship or just some,
no, in a relationship? Like, that's the best connection of the relationship. Like,
that's not a relationship. Y'all just there for it's friends with benefits that happen to share rent. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Like, if it's not there, and I mean, obviously everybody goes through the honeymoon stages, and oh my God, and your bathroom table, washroom, laundry room, go all through that. But life goes on, and we like to get back to some of those things. But if it's just built off of knocking you off or having a good time together, that's only what, an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, hour, maybe once or twice out of the day that the rest of the world's going on. And if I can't sit down and have a conversation with you and break bread with you or build with you, then I just might as well go back outside.
Okay, so here's another angle.
You messy, Smack.
Huh?
You messy.
What if it ain't even the in-house that's got you pissed? What if it's the outhouse? And
I don't do outhouses. They're disgusting.
That's why it's outside.
In the house. What are we talking about?
If it's out the house, well, it's outside. I ain't worried about that.
I've been in situations where I pick fights just to go outside. So inside could be doing everything right, but because some men and some women want to be free, they emotionally pick arguments and pick fights just to go do they dirt. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even you. You are not the problem. My sex drive is great for you. I love it. I love it. But what happens if that guy or woman just love the streets even more?
Bye. Have fun in the streets. Keep it in the streets. Because see, the streets is dangerous and the streets is nasty. So I don't have time for that. And why would you do that? If you don't want to be in the house, why would you go in the house? Just stay outside.
That's it. I got exits on both of my doors. They don't lock. So if you feel that's what you need to be, go on. But when it starts raining, and like she said, them streets is dirty and they get cold, summer's only for a short time.
Yeah.
Summer's only for a short time. When that cold sets in, your ass be outside with the rest of them street cats.
Cause I be feeling like, okay, if you ain't getting hot and bothered for me, then somebody is. So it's like, and if she ain't getting hot and bothered for me, then the first thing come to my mind is, it ain't me. It's somebody else got her attention. It ain't me. Somebody else got her attention.
Smash. You cannot sit here and tell me.
Go ahead.
And tell me that if you did something wrong and Shorty's not in the mood or not being reciprocating, that it's not you. It's not always them.
He believes that 100%.
Because
so
hold on, let me go though.
Go ahead, bro.
I've been married 20 years.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And been through some shit. It's a long journey. Prior to that, I was outside a lot. And I'm cool and I'm real comfortable where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? If not, I would not, put in the time and the effort of doing that. So I work with a plethora of outside candidates. And I treat them like cars I can't buy. I look at them, I might comment on them, and I keep my roll on. That's just me.
Looking at the menu, but not actually ordering nothing. Got it.
I don't even want to see the menu. I'm cool with the window display.
Shout out to that. Yeah. Okay, so in the old days, I definitely thought like,
appreciate it, Shorty.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It couldn't have been me. I do everything right. It couldn't have been me. The old me now. I've matured in my years. Now I think about like, damn, what if it really is me? It's something I need to analyze within self.
I'm glad you finally made it there, sir. Congratulations.
Let me reflect on my actions for the day and see if something is in the mix with that. So I'll step back and I think about everything I've said and done and be like, you know what? Maybe it is me, but Here's the thing. Good sex is good sex. Whether you mad or not, whether you upset or not, whether we into it or not, good sex is good sex. So the only thing that can make a person's sex drive go down is if they upset and the sex and the dick or the vagina is trash.
No, that's not accurate, especially for women because we're emotional creatures. Like I said, you're supposed to get to me and turn me on mentally first. If I'm mad at you and I've closed off and I'm blocked and all that we normally have, that emotional connection, then I'm not interested. Like I said, you could still come up and start hitting the erogenous zones and my body's going to react. But that does not mean that it's okay or that my sex drive is high for you. It means that I'm willing to do it because I feel the obligation in the relationship or because you hit those spots. I'm still mad though. That's you have to understand the difference. We can do it, but again, it's not going to be as good for us. We may not get as wet for you. We're not really going to be into it, and you might not be able to make us come. So, I mean, you're weird.
I think listen, I've been in them situations where I mean, we could be mad afterwards.
But look, let me ask you this. Have you ever dated a girl and the sex was so good with her? Like, right? And then y'all break up and maybe you spin the block and you like, oh, this ain't what I thought it was. It's usually because your feelings and emotions are no longer there in that space. And that can happen inside of an actual still running relationship. That's when you start to realize you might need to get up out of there.
I mean, because you got to think about it. It's a good, it could be a good time. Like you said, spin the block. Maybe once or twice, depending on what the situation is. But at the end of the day, I need peace and tranquility. I need a little bit of respectability of my stuff. So, hell, if I don't have enough money in my account, I don't even think about being horny. Right. Like, I'm focusing on trying to get my bills right. Like, if my bills don't function right, it affects the temple because that's part of my order.
See, that's what I was gonna bring up. Maybe it ain't the way that a person treats you. Maybe it's other factors that goes on with that too.
It's that too. It can be the other factors and that, but it's definitely the way you treat me. Come on, Smash.
Job issues, family issues, life. It's a bunch of factors
all those factors come in
stuff too. Like, so how does a person improve? Like, what are some things that they can do to step up the attitude before the sex drive?
You got to be honest.
Okay.
Got to be honest. I'm not saying I'm a bedroom bully.
Right.
Hey, there'd be times that she'd be like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, it is what, when we discuss situations. Then I started taking notes for myself. Also, I'm letting too much of the outside inside.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm letting that, what I should be leaving at the door is coming in with me, and I'm projecting that on my, not just my performance, but on myself as a person, as the man of the house. So what works for me is, getting myself together before I come through that garage door, let it all out, like we do a thing we've been working on for a while, like 30 minutes of work talk, maybe an hour. And we'll talk shop real quick about the day, go through all the bullshit. These people are stupid, yada, yada, bing, bang. And after that, it's like, yo, back. Okay, so, what we doing for dinner tonight? What's, you want to go catch a movie or, she might have a rehearsal or something. And it's focusing on our stuff. So a person can take themselves back. Hell, nigga, even meditate. I go sit out in the grass with no socks on, just take a couple deep breaths. It's small things like that really can help yourself become better and more interesting, and then actually learning how to control the emotions, because men are more logical and we try not to let the emotions get in, but sometimes shit happens. But at the same time, it's learning how to control your scenario for what makes things work for you.
Yes,
I agree with what you said. I think communication is key, and I love the fact that you guys like top it out at 30 minutes to an hour, because you don't want to come in and just talk about that all night. Now the whole entire day is ruined with that. Correct. You have to replenish one another. I want to be his sounding board. He's going to be my sounding board. We can problem solve, fix that. And
That-
then that's healing with each other. You know, you meditate, do some yoga, whatever you got to do, and come together on some positivity. Build each other back up so you can go right back out there the next day and deal with the same mess. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh,
And it's not always, look, it ain't always goddamn it peachy key.
No.
nice.
It's like anything else in life, but everything ain't pretty and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
like I said, but that's only if you deem your relationship that important to work on.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. I used to drown my issues and my sorrows and my problems with sex, thinking that
It was
would
an outlet
cure
for
it.
you.
Yeah, that was an outlet. And then I felt like actually it only confuses it because post nut clarity is a motherfucker. Like,
Yeah,
like
it is.
you done
What you got to
forgot.
understand is after the sex, your problem is still going to be there. So
And
you can
it's
get
gonna
that
be more.
release. You get that release to clear your mind and relax you, but then you still got to figure out how to deal with whatever your issues are.
And
Yep.
now you got more of an issues because now if you sit there and you go out there and use your sex therapy and then you still come back home, like she said, there's still issues going on. Now you got that, you're still dealing with that issues and then the issues you just made for yourself. Hey, hold on one second.
And I think that's the scary part too, because a lot of times that people weaponize sex. They weaponize it. They use it as a way of control. They use it as a way of
Punishing.
they use it as a way of listen, if you don't do what I want you to do, cool. You ain't getting this. You ain't getting that. Knowing that we want that, and men and women use it more than men, but men weaponize it too. You know what I'm saying? And that's a scary thing also, because sex is supposed to be pleasure. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be enjoying this. Why is it being used as a weapon? Why do we weaponize sex, Uncle P?
Because it's easy to do. It's easy to use it as a weapon. And this is more at women than it is dudes.
Yeah.
Because women will use that as, I won't do this for you. I won't give you this. I won't give you none. And, use it as a weapon, as a restraint. And after a couple of times, like Smash said earlier, all right, well, you won't do it. I'm going to head on outside. And the same thing goes vice versa. I'm going to go ahead on out. There's always options at the local grocery store now. There's always someone in line waiting at that self-checkout, But when you start weaponizing it, now you're also discrediting yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not, because it shows a weakness in yourself of the lack of maturity as a individual, whether male or female. I'm sorry, my son's home and the dogs are going crazy.
We get it.
They're gonna eat. But so when you think about that, you can't even be grown up enough to handle yourself correctly. So your next best thing is like drinking.
Yeah.
I don't like, if I'm upset, if I'm bad, I don't drink because it's just gonna add fuel to the fire.
Yep.
And I'm gonna want that drink, but I know if I get out of pocket, or if I say something or I break something, first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, because he was drinking." No, I want you to know this is sound mind clarity. You're an asshole, and let's go from there.
And I think, man, what it is though is that people are afraid to tap into that side. Like, I think about think about it. Baby boy, for instance, right? They arguing, they fighting, and the first thing Jody do is he hit her, and the first thing he do was he decided to go down on her as a way to, change the whole situation. But now she, in her mind, she having flashbacks of everything that he has put her through and took her through, and now it's like once he's done, it doesn't even affect her anymore. Like,
you're numb.
You're numb. Like, yo, you're doing this now and it's cool, but when this shit is over with, I done already checked out. So, Tara, how do you come? Do you feel like once you have checked out, is it possible to check back in? And if you do check back in, is it gonna be the same? Like, is the mentality and the feelings there gonna be the same?
So for me, I can understand both sides of this, but for me specifically, once I check out, I'm done. Because I know me, you have to really put me through it in order for me to check out. So if we went through all of that, I've tried communication, maybe even, therapy and all of this, and it didn't change. And until I check out and I say I'm leaving, that's when you decide you want to do something. I do not have time for those games. So for me, once I check out, I'm not coming back. But let's just say I loved you so much, I want to do it again. I don't think it'll ever be the same, because now I'm kind of sort of always waiting on the other shoe to drop for you to turn back into who I knew you to be. So if that is where it got for me, I think you should just go and find somebody, be that changed man, and go and find somebody who doesn't know the monster I know you to be, because you're my boogeyman at this point. And you can go and be that fresh new part of yourself with somebody else, and I can go and find happiness. So I guess some people could, but even with them, I don't think it'll ever be the same fully.
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed. And a lot of people have that concept twisted, because it's like being abused, and your old man smacking you around, or whatever situation, mama burning you with a curl knot, whatever the situation is, and then them loving you and buying you gifts and stuff like that. But okay, that's fine and dandy, but you're still waiting for that shoe to drop, because I know you a monster. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you did some foul shit, like you stepped out and and you were honest about it, and we had a conversation, we yelled at each other, we did the whole spout, we try, like she said, try a little therapy. If those things, work out for you, and it helps heal the situation, then it is what it is. But deep down, you already know I owe you one, or you owe me one, and no one knows when that lottery ticket gonna get cashed in. But if you're maintaining and showing change and for the best, and there's no, how do I say it? There's no real proof of someone's being sorry or anything else, besides watching them improve themselves as a person.
Yeah.
And that's not even for you. That's for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you already know what kind of person you are and what you stand on. So if you can watch them go through a terrible time, still stick with them, and assist where you can assist that, and even still bettering yourself at the process. And if they continue to grow and showing signs of improvement and doing it because that's what they need to do for themselves, then like sis said, yeah, we can, I ain't gonna forget it, but at the same time, I can fuck with your efforts of trying to maintain it.
I think that's beautiful, because I won't even be around long enough to figure out if you changed or not, you cheat on me. That's like, I got 2 rules: don't hit me, don't cheat on me. Those are my 2 unforgivables. I can work through a lot of other stuff, but not that.
Cheating is not as unforgettable as it used to be. Yeah. I'm just saying
it's just outright,
but everybody has their own rules.
Yeah.
I don't shun nobody for what works for you because
Absolutely.
You are who you are.
And I think when you shut down on your partner, like you weaponize sex, you are opening the door for them to want to step out, not just want to step out.
Yeah.
But
ladies, please listen to that. You cannot withhold sex from your mate. I mean, barring a medical thing, and maybe you're not feeling well or something like that, but to consistently or habitually be denying him is the same thing as telling him he can go out there and get it somewhere else. Because full well, sex is super important to us as couples, as human beings, and probably even more so to men. Don't play that game, ladies. It's not worth
it.
And
see, ladies, and they not even just that. Some ladies, when they do it, they antagonize the dude. They laugh. They make jokes. They tell their little girlfriend, "Yeah, I told him he ain't getting none because they didn't be this, that." Now you want to be in my face with it, So now it's not just a me and you thing. Now it's a us thing, because now you want to include Renee and the rest of them bitches. I bet I got something for you.
And Renee might have been harboring some feelings. Now she know you ain't giving it to him, so she in his inbox like, "Hey, what's good?" When she go to sleep, hop on over here. You better watch it.
And that's what I was about to say. Renee would be that one.
I can't withhold paying the bills because we both need that. But you taking away sex, cool. I'm gonna take away me not being in this house as often as I am. I'm gonna take. I would never put my kids and my house and shit in jeopardy, because I've known dudes that I ain't paying no bills. I ain't doing shit. Like I've seen it. But I look at it like, I got kids that live here. So I ain't gonna never, do what I'm supposed to do as a man, but our dynamic has changed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be here. You ain't
Absolutely.
gonna get phone conversations with me. I'm not doing shit extra for you. As far as getting your nails done and trying to take you out on dates and shit. I ain't doing none of that shit because I feel like this. 2 weeks of not getting any type of sexual.
2 weeks. Oh no.
I'm being generous here.
Woo.
But what I'm saying is if it goes 2 weeks and we have not did the horizontal poker, then yo, you asking me to cheat. That's just how I see it. You giving me a green light, you giving me a hall pass.
I think that's a scenario thing, because as busy as we are, like, it's hard sometimes.
That's for you. What I'm saying is, if
I'm talking about for people who live together.
If
you got long distance relationships and all of that.
Okay,
but if y'all live together,
I know y'all got movies and all that stuff. But I'm saying, like, for the ones that's in the house,
that still affects though. That makes a hell of a dynamic, conversational wise, and it adds to a frustration. Now, don't let, because the other shit.
Listen, they got video chat and all that. Y'all better get some sexting in and get it going. You gotta keep it freaky. You gotta keep it spicy.
I can't touch the screen the way I want.
I mean, but it's just because you have a job that keeps you away. I won't say, okay, because we both travel a lot, they give us a pass that when we in different area codes or zip codes, we can do whatever. No. You need it that bad, you fly me out. I'm on the way. Don't play with me.
Oh, you fly me out, shit.
Or you fly yourself out.
Either way.
I ain't afraid of Southwest.
I get on Spirit. Shit.
Oh no, I draw the line at that.
I'm not driving. I'm not riding on Spirit. No. I mean, you know what? I'm not saying I will never fly on Spirit, but if I have an option, there's Afterpay. I can get on Delta. Fuck that. I'll get on Afterpay quick.
I ain't mad at it, man.
I'll shoot them $30 to start the party. I'll get there. I'll take that. Yeah. Spirit, no way.
All right, so let me ask, how do y'all avoid getting to that point though, where you don't want to be active with your partner, or you don't want them to not be active with you? How do y'all get to that point of preventing
communication? Yeah. Seriously, no matter what is wrong with you. See, you got a lot of people who are scared to talk to their partners about things. I don't know if it's they're shy or what, but that's the person I want to talk to more than anybody else. That's the person who knows me in and out and can help me get through that stuff. So if you're open and honest and y'all talking about every bit of the subject matter, whether it's your job, you feeling depressed, you got you're anxious, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Safe space between the two of you. I don't see how you get to that point for real. If everybody's communicating about what they need and needs are being met, you shouldn't get to that point.
Yeah, because again, she's correct. Communication's key. Again, I say it. Some days, it's, hey, listen, the last couple of times, look, we got to do something. You got to, let's talk about a compromise, spice up. Let's do something. Let's go spend the night at the telly. Let's, get away, change the environment. Like, you really, again, but that's only if it's worth doing, because if you don't consider that other person to that standard, then you're just going to let it fizz out, and then you'll step out, she'll step out, and then y'all will both be out.
Because you can always tell when something is wrong. Like, if you know your partner and you know their body and their way that they do things, you can tell if something's wrong, especially if it's happening more than one occasion. Like, one night, okay, they might just be having an off night. 2-3 nights, and it's the same motion, the same way. Nah, it's a problem. It's a disconnect somewhere.
But you should have already known about that. You shouldn't be left to guess, be psychic, be a sleuth and a detective. They should have already talked to you and told you what was going on. And instead of you finding out during that, your job in that sexual encounter should be to just obliterate that shit. Knock it out of the water, cleanse it away, and keep it moving. We have to stop keeping people that we're intimate with in the dark when we're not okay. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and people think you're sparing somebody else's feeling when you're actually making it worse.
Yes, in the long run, you are. Because then some people, especially women, we will internalize that. If you still thinking about what was happening at work and you mad and we feel disconnected, you won't look us in the eyes, you not being as, soft and gentle as you were or whatever, we up here thinking he thinking about another chick. He doing this, he doing that. And if you'd have just told us what was off kilter with you or what had you somewhere else, now you didn't planted a seed. She got doubt and worries. It's just stupid. Just tell people what you're going through. And then if you're honest about that and you talk about it at first beforehand, usually sex can be that healing thing. It can be used as a way to heal and get over that instead of a way to just ignore it only to have to come back to it again.
And women do the same thing. They think we're psychic. Like we'll be able to read your damn mind, all the crazy shit y'all do on a regular fucking basis and how your thoughts ring. Sorry.
You get no argument here.
Okay. So at the same time, contact clues are a motherfucker. Don't if I say what's wrong with you and I know something wrong with you, speak about it.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nice.
Let's break bread. Because like you said, like she said, I ain't got time to be working on CSI case. I already got enough shit to do. Horatio is retired.
Yeah, I definitely want to know. I want to know so I can improve. But I think a lot of times ego plays a part into it too. Because for a dude, me speaking for myself, having those type of conversations on, all right, listen, you don't do this right, which causes a problem in this. Like you don't do me right emotionally, so it causes a problem sexually. And for me, a lot of times I used to tune those conversations out. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. But now it's like if those conversations ever arise, I'm putting my best foot forward and I'm listening because this is someone allowing you in their safe space to let you know, hey, this is why things are the way they are. This is why it feels like a drag. This is why we're not talking as much. This is why we're not having sex as much. These are the things that you want to pay attention to. And if you actually care about the person that you are dealing with, you will take the time to sort these things out, because just ignoring them and hoping they go away, it's not going to go away. It's going to get worse.
Here's the thing. Delivery matters. So how you just said it, I probably would check out too. Don't come to me and just start accusing me and stuff and blaming me for everything and telling me that because I did this, I messed up this, and this. How about you come to me and say, baby, you know what? I've been feeling different lately. I feel like unattractive, or I feel, I'm so mentally drained and I feel like it's affecting me in every area. And I feel like it's affecting us and I don't want that. Just deliver it in a way. You can still say all the same thing without blaming that person, focusing on how it's affecting you. And when you say that, if the man loves you, he's going to go, wait, so you feeling what, and it's affecting what? And you haven't blamed him for one thing. And then he's more receptive. Now you can get somewhere. So delivery is everything.
Because the minute you tell me our sex life is in jeopardy, oh, it's a problem. I'm trying to find out what's really going on, because men, we love sex, and that's like taking away food from us. You telling us, but
what? As men, we also, and women too, but when it comes to that, you got to be able to have that comfortable conversation.
Yes.
So when Shorty says,
not be upset when she's expressing
right,
the things that are wrong, that you are doing wrong with things she don't like. You got to be willing to accept those things.
You got to understand that. You're like, yo, last Friday was off the hook. This Friday was like a Tuesday. Like, what happened? Like, what's going on? Like, you can't go because like she said, when you come off, huff and puff, she gonna shut down.
And
or if it's vice versa, you gonna shut down. Now ain't nobody talking. Everybody mad because everybody's in their feelings. And now you're looking at her like, F you, and
she gonna go tell her work boyfriend, and here he come. He all is.
I tell all work boyfriends that the mortgage is due on the 1st of the month.
I know that's right.
So, and the car payment is on the 17th. The light bill is on the 20th. The gas bill is on the 13th. So if you need me to forward you these important pieces of paper, you got a P.O. box or something. Here you go, Slim.
Because work husbands be ready.
Because if you feel you want that responsibility, it's straight. I get me a studio. And watch out for my daughter because she's guaranteed to stab you when you're sleeping. But
Hey, listen, a lot of times dudes, other dudes and other females, we love to hear the problems that go
Yes. They
on
waiting on their
among.
shot. They waiting on their
Yeah.
shot.
Yep. Because they know, like, okay, so this is the way to get her in. Just do the opposite of what that dude is doing. Right.
And
He
even
ain't
that,
listening.
we form connections that way. That's how we do. Like that's
Yep.
what men say is harder for women, or it's hard when women cheat because they know they probably
emotion.
they could have fell in love with that dude. They
Mhm.
like him,
Yep.
or dudes can go out here and see a girl with a fat booty, smash her, never ask her name, and keep it moving. But we over here
Don't even
dreaming
think
about
about
old
him no
boy,
more.
Mhm.
fantasizing about him while y'all the ones doing this. All
Yep.
kinds of craziness.
Yep.
And see, that's how
So
women get caught because they're much smarter than we are. But that emotional tie that they form starts telling on them.
yep.
Yep.
You know
Because
what I'm saying?
I know one thing: women can hide their emotions for only so long,
Oh,
and
Because
then
we're emotional creatures. Like
yeah,
I'm
hey,
shocked at the ones who can hide it for longer than 2-3 days.
yep.
it's like, it's just and then you tell them, and then we talking about, I could never. Bitch, please.
Hey, but my thing be like a lot of times you be thinking things is okay and it's not okay. Like y'all done talked about it, y'all done worked it out. Things are still not okay. You still having them pitfalls where you thinking like, damn, even dudes, we talk to ourselves like, damn, she not into it tonight. What the fuck is going on here? And then the first thing that we do think is it's another dude. It's
Nah,
another dude. It's
that
in most cases, that be the first thing we
that
think.
could, if you're thinking like that, you're thinking about the dirt you done did.
Whoop,
True
let them
enough.
know. Okay.
True enough.
You thinking about the dirt you done did, which you
Hallelujah.
got away with, and now you sitting like that. You know what I'm saying? If it comes down to
But if
that kind of, if that's one of your first thoughts as a man, then
men and women both listen, when your partner changes up,
that's
and not even sexually, just
everything. You gotta watch
everything.
the whole groove,
Yep.
because what I've learned in this industry, and we're in the same industry, and then we're in separate industries. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that industry will be a fucking influence like a
Oh yeah.
motherfucker. I gotta be
Yep.
at these parties. I gotta be at these events. People gotta see me type situation. I'm not that kind of person. I go to where I need to go when I have to go.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And if your partner, in our case, doesn't invite you, all right, that's a problem. You got to give me the opportunity to say no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's just I'm going, then it's like, all right, bet I see what you're doing.
Mhm.
Now CSI has to come out because I got to make sure that everything's in my name, what's in my name. Because if you fuck
Yeah.
around and flounder out, I'm gonna leave your ass outside. I don't give a damn
Yes.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Does it call miscommunication with sex? Does it cause a rift in the rest of the relationship?
Of course.
yeah,
Listen, that
it's
is
a
a lot
ripple
of
effect.
times how we relieve stress, and how there are so many healing properties in sex. It doesn't make any sense. There's healing properties in sleeping next to the person that you in love with. So
Mhm.
if that is missing, you're going, you're getting all tense and tight and resentful and all
Hmm.
kinds of stuff. That is too big a part of a relationship for it not to blow over and mess up other things.
Yep.
You going to
Because
work ready to fight everybody.
it's not even, matter of fact, you go to work, you're not thinking about fighting everybody. You're thinking about who's in cubicle 3 and 4.
Yeah, who done showed you if you want it, you can get it.
Yeah, who done show you the color, the matching set on accident. That those type of people. But like I
Hell
said, if
yeah.
you that mentality, what we said earlier, you can't have that mentality. People are people. There's plenty of times I'm like, I'm tired.
It's
It's
human
just
And
nature.
not a good,
and that's allowed. And I think
you
even
know.
if you're mad at somebody that first night, if you're just so angry, you can't communicate and you don't want to, but if you can make it a week or two, I'm
No.
gonna agree with you on that, Smash. The sex wasn't that good then, because there
Hmm.
is zero way I could
Yeah.
ever. Come on now,
Just ain't no
stop
way.
it.
Ain't no way. A
Mm-mm.
week or
That
two.
2 weeks is, I mean, unless you had a baby, or like you said, a surgical procedure, then that's it. But any other way like that, now you're playing with me.
For
Fact.
real. And playing with yourself. Because what people have to understand is when you deny him, you deny yourself. That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
it's good, that is eventually going to affect you. And that eventually should be happening in that 24 to 48 hour mark. Like, what do we, if there's somebody you sleeping next to every night, I don't understand that. We got to fix this because I'm trying to get back to where we were. Or I'm just going to say, don't talk to me. Just roll over. I'm going to hop on top. I'm going to handle my business. I'm going back to sleep. But something, I just cannot imagine you going a week or two,
Yeah.
talking about no, and you sleep next to this person every night. That's wild.
Yeah. It got to be a quick one in the shower or something. Like we can't go through.
Yes. Let me get this issue
I'm
off
tell
real
you
quick.
right now, I'm cheating. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Fucking smash.
But you know what? You should say that. I tell people all the time, if you having an issue, you say, look, it's been 2 weeks. And if you don't want to give it to me, there's somebody else that does. What we doing?
Yep.
You know, give that warning first. So if they let you walk off that door after you didn't say that, they just told you it was cool for you to cheat. 100%.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think
Because in their mind, they're not gonna think you're gonna do it. I'm like, all right, say less.
My man said it to me. I'm like, what you need, what you got? I've been tripping. Like that is something that would snatch me out of whatever little funk I thought I was in. I don't play them type of games. I'm gonna take you at your word. If you bold enough to stand in my face and tell me that, you damn right I believe you. Because you know I'm liable to swing on you. So
hell yeah. But
if you swing, we might get to wrestling. What's up?
and we know
that's why my reaction is gonna be, what have I done? How do I fix it?
Right.
And we be knowing what's going. It's either she either gonna give in, or she either not gonna give a fuck. One of the
and
other.
You know you in trouble then. If she don't give a fuck, you in trouble.
Yeah.
If you don't get the stop it, come on now. If you don't get that, you in trouble. Yeah. What you doing? You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, get up, start putting on your shoes and clothes and shit when you say it. You gotta give her that mean look, like you mean business. And if she lets you get up and get dressed and she don't say shit, and
she don't care no more.
It's over. She's checked out. She's checked out. Yeah.
All right, I'm finna be
out. We might get to rest.
I'll be back in the morning, and she still ain't unbothered. She's still unbothered. Oh yeah, do your thing. Do your thing.
That's all right. When you get home, there will be some moving boxes.
Exactly.
I'm getting all my closet space back.
And she ain't trying to hear that. Oh, baby, I was just sitting in the car.
I mean, but she shouldn't be asking, though, because if you told her what you was going to do and she let you leave, she don't need to ask you what you was doing or where you were. That's not the time to ask those questions. Now you got to deal with the consequences of you being stubborn enough to let that man leave the house after he said he needed something and you denied him again. I don't want to hear no questions when I get back to the crib. Don't worry about what I was doing.
No, because you wasn't doing it.
That part.
And that's men and women. Don't think it's just men. Women get that way too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's equal.
Yeah.
I have never experienced a man turning me down for sex though. That's majorly wild to me. For him to be like, I'm mad at you, I don't want it. I've never experienced that. And that's not a gloat or anything. I'm glad that men don't pull moves like that. But I've never had, and I also let me toot myself, to my own horn. I'm just not a bad partner. Even in my marriage, my ex-husband won't tell you I was a bad woman. I was good to him. He was terrible to me. So I pride myself on not being the type of woman where I just be messing up so bad for so long that old boy don't want me no more. That's different.
But see, when you these new age brothers that are out here, the ultra sensitives, that's the shit they own. I've heard the conversations. I said, you say what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told her that. I said, all right. See how long that shit lasts.
They are a different breed, and I'm so glad I'm not in the mix with none of that, because I would just have to be celibate the rest of my life to deal with that.
I mean, from the sassy to the Transformers to the just the ultimate sensitive, like this is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
So what I've learned is, man, check your girl temperature, check your guy temperature, like
check yourself.
I know what the issue is. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Check yourself. Shit.
Check yourself.
Because you got to make sure you're good before you can make sure anybody else is good.
Facts.
Look, going to make one of them good old smoothies. It'll get everybody straight. Don't get you good. Look, I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, man. Look, shout out to y'all for coming through. Uncle Pete, I'm gonna start with you, man. We give out words of encouragement, and then let everybody know what you got going on and where they can find you at.
I bet. Oh, do I give the words of encouragement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, pardon me. Go where you're tolerated only. Only where you're tolerated. If you walk into that room and you feel a vibe that's off, you leave that room, whether you know the people that are in there or not, because there's something in there that's not for you.
Facts.
And God's letting you know that something's in there that's not for you. You choose to stay and something goes wrong, that's on you. When you walk into that room and something feels off, all right, I'm going to check y'all in a minute. I'm going to make a phone call and go about your business. You don't owe nobody nothing. You can catch me on TikTok. I'm mad at TikTok people and people on Instagram real quick. Let me get a 10-second rant. Because all y'all that follow me on Instagram, I appreciate and love the hell out you. But I need that same number on TikTok so I can go live. And y'all got me at half the price. I'm not appreciating that. God damn it.
I'm following you, man. So
I know, but I need 548 more out of the 2,000 on the other one. Come on over. Stop being slow. I ain't paying for no bots. But you can catch me on Tubi, Prime, working with Lakeith Powell. We got a couple of movies coming out. We'll start filming next month. Holla at Your Uncle podcast. We're working on coming back. It's like Smash told you, it's a busy season. Look out for collaborations with Veronica Mitchell. It's just a bunch of things. I appreciate everybody. It was a pleasure meeting you, Queen. I want to ask you about your scents later, but they look really, they smell good.
Very, very much so.
Tara, talk to
him. Be honest. At all times, be honest with yourself first and everybody that you deal with. Moving in honesty will keep your life in such peace, because you can remove those who don't fit into the program, and you can pick up some new ones that do. So just always move in honesty. Keep in mind that as an adult, you shouldn't have anybody who can put you over their knee and spank you or whoop you or put you in timeout. So what you lying for? You can find me on YouTube at Opinionated Sense, and Instagram at Opinionated_Sense. And again, I have a radio show on Opulence Radio called Truthfully Opinionated.
All right, for me, man, listen, it's very simple. Fellas, if you don't want her to cut your ward off, or you don't want to cut her ward off, do what you got to do, fellas. Talk to her. Tap into that emotional side. See, you ain't got to be a thug 24/7 to your lady. You know what I'm saying? You do that, you leave that thug shit in the streets. Your lady need love. All right? You want her to be your lady, or you want her to be your homie? I want her to be my homie, but I don't want her to be my homie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, you can find me here. I'm usually here Monday through Friday on live. New episodes of Bet the House on the way. Opulence Radio, Late Night Flex. I'm actually getting ready to go. It's a rerun, but next week I'm gonna talk to Amron. We might bless y'all with a back-to-back or 2 new episodes. I don't know, something like that, but we'll figure it out, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for taking the time out on this Friday to end the week with me.
Mm-hmm.
Tap in. And we out.
Stay blessed.
Bye.
Y'all already know what it is.